So we have a break in the dog fence. You can tell because as I plug this in, of course that beeping sound means the loop is not fully intact. And so this little one, Lou, that little one, is running all over the neighborhood, taking full advantage. Did a ton of research, had a tough time finding like the best solution, so I wanted to share what I came up with, and it worked really well. I went out to Harbor Freight, picked up this Cen-Tech cable tracker, and it has this sender system, and then it's got this receiver system, and you just stick that toward the electric fence and it beeps, and as soon as it stops beeping, you found your break. So step one, as I understand it, I'm going to simply remove both of the cables from here. And as you can see, I've plugged the red wire into one of the cables here. And I think this is ground, but you need to take the black wire and you need to plug that into something that's grounded. One other option is you can also take like a screwdriver or some kind of rod, stick it in the ground and pour water in it, make sure it's nice and wet, and then clip that black clip to that, and that should ground it. After you have it hooked up, I've now turned that switch there to tone, and then if it's properly hooked up, what should happen is you can run this over the wire, pushing this button, and you'll get a kind of a beeping type of noise. If you're running over the hot wires, the noise will be loud. If not, it quiets down. So I traced the fence along the driveway here, and I got over to this spot, and the device was beeping very consistently, very loud. And as soon as I hit this area, it stopped beeping. So I knew to dig here. You'll see on the left-hand side over there is where you still have the hot wire. On the right-hand side over here is where you have the break. So when I put this up to the left-hand side, you'll hear the beeping. When I put it up to the right-hand side, you'll notice that it stops beeping. So that's how you know when you hit the brake, is you just... Okay, moment of truth. If these two lights, after I turn it on, both light up with a constant light, then we found the broken spot in the fence, the only broken spot, and fixed it. So we're going to flip the switch over here and we will see. Boom, got it. That was fairly quick and painless. So in closing, I highly recommend this Cen-Tech tool. Like I say, I found it at Harbor Freight. It was very cheap. It does have a headphone jack in the bottom, so I ended up just plugging in a pair of ear pods. And it was just a lot easier to hear the beeping and exactly where the beeping kind of got quieter and stopped with all the wind and cars coming by outside. So anyway, I recommend headphones with this device, but it was fantastic. I'll put a link to the device in the description of this video.